I'm Jade. I am one of the veterinarians at the Byron Bay Wildlife Hospital. I grew up in Wyoming in the States, so very different wildlife to here. There's lots of bears, moose, cougars. But I lived in town, so you rarely see those, but I did go camping often. I started to get an interest with animals when I started volunteering at the RSPCA. And then an animal shop was built just next door, so I was there all the time. Doing it because this is what I want to do. Originally I wanted to be a marine biologist, and then I met a veterinarian when I was learning how to rescue dolphins and small whales. So then I moved to Arizona and I graduated with a bachelor's there. And I remember one of my professors, he was talking about Australian species. And I thought, wow, that's where I'm going to live. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move to Australia and work with the wildlife over there. Well, originally I really loved the mammals, but going through vet school and going to different wildlife clinics and exotic clinics, birds, there's heaps of birds. So I've found that they're actually some of my favorite to work with now. Well, I think in particular working at this clinic is being able to work with this team. That's probably the high for me. They're an amazing, dedicated, passionate team, and I'm really lucky to be here. And I think that's part of the reason, it is the reason why many of the animals are able to be released. There are times where it's not as busy in the hospital, so I'll get to do some of the procedures or surgeries. So I think the last one that I was able to do was a bird that came in, I think it was a crested pigeon, and he had a ruptured crop. So I was able to do a procedure, and a vet student was actually here helping out. So I think that was really exciting for him to see, and the vet student was here the following week, so he was messaging me about how the case was doing. Some, yeah. I've found that I've actually really come to like magpies. I find they're relatively easy to treat compared to some of the other animals. And surprisingly, raptors, I find that although you have to have a really good hold on them and make sure their talons and their beak are well away from fingers, and I find that they're really, really easy to treat and they're gentle. My message to the community would have been just to slow down. Where a lot of the animals that we see are hit by cars, so it would be nice if people would take their time. You don't always have to rush, especially at dawn and dusk. And if you come across wildlife, you don't know what to do, give us a call.